Hi, I'm Toby Hodges. This is the Cannes Yacht Show 2023, and here is one of the most amazing new world debuts here. It's the CNB 78, and it's the first CNB since Solaris bought the brand off Group Beneteau, and it should be a genetically similar to, but an improvement on the CNB 76 of old. Let's go and have a look on board. So from before we board the boat from the transom here, you can see it still has this garage, which was really useful on the 76. The improvement being you don't have to fit rollers to it anymore to launch that Williams 395. You just lift this hatch here and there are integrated rollers on that big aft platform, and you might just be able to see a little bit here, the beam. So not only are you going to get that extra couple of feet on here in terms of volume, but you're going to have all that extra beam as well. So moving down through this offset companionway, we are into the cool and calming deck saloon, an interior design by Jean-Marc Piaton. So it's the same design team, Philippe Briand and Jean-Marc Piaton, as designed the 76 before. And yes, you feel a little bit more beam in here, but wow, what a lovely place. So it's designed more, I guess, to suit an owner with a couple of crew. And by that I mean, for example, here there would have been a chart table, but as this deck saloon is going to be used by the owner and guests, they don't really want the skipper or crew in there at the chart table, so that's now moved aft. So the aft of here is essentially all crew area, and you get this sort of coffee table area and then a dining area to the port with those telescopic tables. So in here is space for the tables, these occasional tables to store, and then a fridge here, so your owner or guest can help themselves to drinks or again coffee further forward. So you have seated height views out of here and a lot of natural light as well. And what they've done is they've worked hard on the mixture of the wood veneers, keeping those below deck level, and then the lacquers and fabrics up above, and just a nice mix of it. So this boat has a walnut finish, which I think is really, really very nice. And yeah, a lot of the Solaris and CNB people obviously talking about the improvement over when it used to be a Group Beneteau built, and that was obviously industrial built, and they were built in modules, so it was all built outside of the boat and then put in. And this is more old school boat building where it's laminated in bulkheads. Yes, sorry, I was talking about the walnut, but that is offered in oak as well as teak as well. So you move down these steps and you're into the guest area. And then what that means is a massive forward owner's cabin, double guest there, double guest to port. And this is an area, so before it would have been a bunk cabin essentially. So if an owner was on with a couple of guests, they would have felt probably in the cheaper seats. Not going to feel that now. All the beds now proper rectangular ones if they want them. All cabins en suite. And that can be a twin as well. So I'll show you on the port side how those beds just slide together to form a rectangular bed. So double in that format, twin in this. And again, that lifts out so you can slide those together. Loads of headroom. Quality of finish, I must admit, does look superb, given this boat only splashed at the beginning of August. And as the Italians don't typically work in August, I'm sure they need to get this finished. They've done a pretty good job to get it here for early September in this condition. So then moving forward, I mean, this is the main bulkhead here, look, and then from forward of this is all the owner's suite. I mean, that's very, very impressive amount of space and privacy. So it's a nice design touch, but it gives you that bit of privacy if you are keeping that door open there. You're not looking into the other cabins, but also having the headboard right up there with all of that beam to enjoy as well. It means you're lying or sitting up on the berth there, and you're up, I don't know, 30 feet probably away from anyone else. You can choose this cabin with the headboard the other end at that end here, so the bed would be offset and the headboard would be there. Yeah, wow, what a load of space. I'm trying to keep this to a quick tour because I really hope to be able to sail this boat one day as well. Anyway, huge vanity table. This has got a lift-top TV there. Apparently number 2 will have a piano. Oh, it's lovely and cool in here with the aircon on. Big natural light. And obviously loads of stowage space. And yeah, attention to the woodworking, which Solaris are renowned for. Wrap veneers around the bulkheads. Large ensuite heads area and shower stall. And then I'm going to go back through here quickly while they're keeping everyone out of the boat kindly for me. This is the main engine access below here, but you'll see we go under these steps to get to that, and there's plenty of access. So then when you get to aft here, this is essentially crew area. And you wouldn't mind being a crew, typically going to be crewed by 2, because look at this. Not a discernible difference between that and a guest cabin, really. So keep your crew happy, keep the same crew. A couple could run this boat comfortably, but you can have a Pullman, a hold-down bunk in there as well. Slightly small chart table maybe, aft facing there. But it just doesn't mean, as I said, it means the crew can have this area all to themselves, and the sink's moved outboard, so you've got a big countertop here, so you can work here as well, or a crew mess. I mean, phenomenal amount of space really for the crew to live on and prepare the boat. So big galley area. Cold stowage is also pretty amazing. If I can figure out how to open it, there we go. A very well stocked fridge and freezer there as well, with an optional fridge in there. And this still retains the option to have that as a deck, an escape hatch up there, and then there is a ladder in this locker here to get up onto deck there without disturbing the guests. And then I'm going to, this also neat little door there, doesn't take up any space, and that gives that privacy from the crew area to this deck saloon. And then this is the secondary access into the engine room under here. So double sealed with lead insulation there. And have a look at the size of this engine room and space in here. So you've got the generator there, the hydraulic power pack further forward to starboard, there's the main Volvo Penta, and just beam wide, phenomenal amount. Given that that's the main access through there, it's a lot of space to be able to get at all the servicing of the systems. Pretty impressive. So coming from aft here, one of the main improvements on deck is having no step, being able to move forward easily along the side decks. All the control lines led aft, obviously, and built around the ability to shorthand it with a small crew. So it's a slightly ramped deck there, and straight grain run on the caulking as well, nice and neat. This one also very neat hatching for the spray hood there. So this has got the boom awning out on it at the moment. You can have biminis over that, removable or fixed biminis over those helm areas. Yeah, this one's chosen in a very dark colour with no non-slip on it, but obviously that's not the norm. This also has the optional V-boom in there rather than traditionally. I mean, I think more will probably be sold as a full batten stack pack, but this obviously helps make it easier to handle from a short-handed crew. Big roller furler in the boom there, in the V-boom, and a lovely looking Hawth bars carbon mast. You've got the mast winches there, you've got a weld for the self-tacking jib, so this is fairly conventional for CNB to have a self-tacking jib and a Genoa there on furlers. These are Reckman furlers. Another improvements on this, just having everything flush, but having these large Solomar neat deck hatches there, which Solaris favour. You've got your integrated Harken CLR windlass there, and then the sail locker in here. And again, a phenomenal amount of space in here. So obviously you can store all your sails and extra warps, etc. in here with the watertight bulkhead, and extra services contained neatly in that locker as well. But it can be a crew cabin. You could have a crew berth in there. You can see with space where a heads would go and a shower unit. However, once you've seen the crew accommodation aft on this and how the boat is all designed to be crewed, for the crew to run it from inside the boat and from aft, I'd see little point of housing them in there, especially if you wanted to keep a crew happy. So then forward of here, you've got the windlass below there, the bowsprit, integrated bow roller, no integral high-speed pad eye on this, but you've got the hydraulic hoses there to attach a pad eye onto a furling pad eye onto those fixed pad eyes on the bowsprit. They're moving aft. Again, you've got a very big, long cockpit, really nice for socialising, particularly if you can have this boom awning up at anchor, and then the central winch, and then the same this end obviously running aft. Let's just hope that we can get to go on a sail trial on this soon, hopefully the end of October.